Sup guys, it's GroovyDominoes52 and today I'm gonna be explaining my latest album, 2017 Renaissance. So you may have came here from the upload I just made, which is the full album, the 2022 remastered version. And be sure you've listened to the full album because I really worked hard on this. Like, I've been producing this for the last year, so yeah. I'm really happy that it's finally out. But anyways, let's get explaining. So 2017 Renaissance. So these are basically my best songs that I made throughout 2017. And there's actually a lot more that I made during this time that are not in the album. But you know, 9 songs is good enough. But maybe in the future, there could be a sequel to 2017 Renaissance featuring the other songs that were not included in the album. But I've been making songs and melodies for a long time. Not necessarily like meaningful songs, but you know, songs that I make for fun. But basically, like 2013 to 2015 were the classic Groovy Dominoes songs era. Next is 2016, which is called the Dark Ages because I didn't really make any songs there. Like, honestly, right now, I can only think of one music that I made back in 2016. So yeah, those are the Dark Ages. I did not make anything there. But then we have 2017, which is Renaissance, where suddenly all of my good music came from there. And I really treasure my songs from 2017, you know. That's why I released this album, 2017 Renaissance. It includes one of my most memorable songs. And some you might actually know about already, like Mind Paper, Here We Are Again, We Miss You Johnson Johnson, My Fault. So those are already public back then, and you probably saw like the original versions when you were scrolling through my channel. But yeah, 2017, great year for making Groovy Domino songs. And then the rest of the years, we'll probably talk about it in a future video. But yeah, right now we have 2017 Renaissance. Now let's start with the first song, 8-Bit Car, which was the first song I made in 2017. So the earliest known source of this was January 12, 2017. So this is actually just a random 8-bit melody that suddenly just popped up into my head while I was in a car. So yeah, that's why it's called 8-Bit Car, because you know, I can't think of a more creative title than that. And even in the album video, in the background, it shows that original source where I was singing the melody for the 8-bit car, so I won't forget. And you know, you have to record because just in case you do forget about the melody, that would kind of suck. Like, it has potential to become a banger, and you do not want to forget about what the melody sounds like, so that you can digitalize it later on and make it a real banger. So yeah, I basically do that. Once I think of a melody, I would record it. I would record me singing it. And then once I come home or I have the time to, you know, make it real into my music program, you know, I would do that. And yeah, it's a great system for not forgetting your melodies. But anyways, the style of the music here, I did it like, if you know Anna Managuchi, it's basically like a indie rock band, but it also combines 8-bit sounds, like chiptune sounds, which is really cool. So yeah, the style of the music is inspired by that band, Anna Managuchi. I hope I'm not butchering that, but yeah, go check them out, they're really cool. Oh yeah, and the album cover, pixelated car here I made, is actually my old car from 2017. So yeah, that's very epic. Alright, next song is Dreams, which I made in January 31, 2017. Alright, so this song, it is what it says. This actually came from a dream that I had. So I did not intentionally make this. And this is also the first song that came from a dream that I actually remembered once I woke up. So yeah, this is the very first dream song that I've recovered. But yeah, I remember in this dream, I was basically out in the streets and like everyone in the entire world just disappeared. It was a pretty weird vibe to it, you know? And the images in the album cover is roughly what the streets look like. And then what was weird was when I went even further out in the streets, it was just a bass plate. But yeah, what you hear is roughly what it sounded like in the dream. Now, this song was actually inspired by time-lapse, Small Feet Leave Big Marks in some way. So go check that out. It's basically like a really heavenly, ambient kind of music, you know? And that's basically what the dream was playing. Now, next song is Mind Paper, which is an absolute classic. The earliest known source here was April 8th, 2017. So I was basically just bored, and I had this toy called the ZB's popper. You can go search that out. But basically, it pops when you drop it on the floor, or you could push the tip to make it pop. But I wouldn't recommend that. Like, I swear to God, that toy is actually really powerful, and it hurts when it pops on your hand. Like, I remember back when I was making Mind Paper, the landmine popped in my finger, and it deformed my nail, which it actually still is today. So yeah, definitely not good. I don't recommend it. It's kind of dangerous. But yeah, I called it a landmine, and basically when you hit it with the Mind Paper, it will pop, but it won't, like, you know, do any damage. So basically the idea of Mind Paper was it was supposed to deactivate a landmine, you know? And yeah, it kind of is a landmine, because if you step on that thing, oh my god, that is gonna be so painful. Like, I can't imagine it. And I 100% do not recommend you to try it. Now, I don't know if it depends on what popper you have, because my popper basically went up to 10 feet, which is pretty powerful, you know? But yeah, I won't recommend trying it on any popper, so... But yeah, this is just a fun little song that I just randomly made. And next song we have here is Here We Are Again, which was pretty much made on April 16, 2017. But I released it to public in May 2017. And I'll get to that in a bit. But basically, there's this dog at my grandma's house, which I was scared of. It was a really tiny Pomeranian as well. But you know, I was scared of any kind of dog at the time. But basically, there is this flashlight where when you shine it at the dog will basically backtrack and turn around. And I don't recommend you to do that, alright? It might traumatize the dog. But yeah, that was me as a kid, alright? I don't do that anymore. But yeah, as you can see in the cover photo, it shows me holding the flashlight, and it shows here the dog, which is specifically Timmy the dog. And Timmy the dog is actually going to be in Musical Day, so stay tuned. But yeah, I was basically just role playing as this kind of Bear Grylls or Brave Wilderness kind of character. So while I was recording the episode, right, I just said Here We Are Again once, like, alright, here we are again. We're going to flash the light at Timmy the dog. And then at one point, I just flashed it at him. He turned around, and I was like, oh, he's f***ing scared, you know? There's also one point where I screamed like, ah! Now, why am I telling you these random things? Well, here's the thing. The style is actually supposed to be like a Syo Moho type of song. I hope I'm saying that right, but I'm sure you definitely know this Syo Moho. They basically take like ordinary voice clips, and then they auto-tune the talking to make it a song. So that's what I tried to do here. So we have Here We Are Again, he's f***ing scared, and then the scream, which became so yeah, it was supposed to be a Groovy Dominoes Syo Moho kind of thing. That's why, as you can hear, it's very heavily auto-tuned, you know? It's supposed to sound like that. But yeah, this didn't come out until next month, because if I do Here We Are Again and show the clips of me doing Timmy the dog, it wouldn't make much sense, because the Bear Grylls thing where I was doing it with Timmy the dog was just a roleplay video that wasn't really public. So, you know, releasing this out of nowhere, it didn't make sense to me. So what I did is I had a gameplay video where I was playing Outlast with my friends, and in that video I basically said Here We Are Again once, and then I said he's fucking scared, and then, you know, it's a horror game, so we definitely have a lot of screams there to pick from. So yeah, the original version that you see public on YouTube is the one where it shows the Outlast gameplay. But yeah, now you know it didn't actually come from Outlast. And by the way, it's kind of fake, because I never actually said Here We Are Again or he's f***ing scared in the video. So yeah, that kind of defeats the whole purpose.
It's my channel, right? Here we are again.
But at least it had the context there public in YouTube, so that's what I was doing. But anyways, let's move on to our next song. So this is Matthew A's intro. So basically, I found like a bunch of floppy disks, and I was a fan of like old vintage stuff. I was basically doing a roleplay where I was like, okay, so we have a floppy disk here and I will show you how to put a floppy disk into your computer. And then I had that VHS effect on. And then of course we needed an intro for this, you know? So an 8-bit melody popped into my head like so yeah, that's basically it. And as you can see in the album video, it shows that that skit that I made back in 2017. But anyways, next song we have Don't Run, which was made in September 17, 2017. Now this is another one of those Bear Grylls stuff with Timmy the dog. And actually, the album cover right here shows Timmy the dog. That's literally him. But yeah, basically the Bear Grylls thing is actually called Science with John. The basic idea, it's like a skit where Science with John, which is played by me, is trying to examine the behavior of this wild creature, you know? Something like that. And specifically this episode of Science with John, I was with ASD, and then me and ASD at the time, both of us were scared of dogs. Oh yeah, and ASD is actually the cameraman over here, so once we got close to Timmy, I basically said don't run. But while I said don't run, I was singing like a background music that I just thought of, like dun 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 dun, something like that. So those two combined at the same time, so it became like dun, 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 dun. Don't run. Okay, keep recording. Dun, 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 dun. Don't run. It's okay. I got it. And then when me and ASD played back the footage, it sounded like a song, like dun, 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 dun. Don't run. And then yeah, that's where we got the ideas. And then AC basically made the idea for the song and the melody. So this is actually a collab with me and ASD. He made some of the melodies here. But next off we have We Miss You Johnson Johnson, which was made on September 28, 2017. Alright, this has some kind of lore to it. So basically, I was making like a skit, and basically I made this character. He's like a experiment YouTube channel. So his name is Johnson Johnson, the experimentalist or something like that. And what happened is I had that popper thing, you know, the landmine. And then what the episode was about, it was a test to see if you could survive by touching the landmine. It was a really stupid idea, but no, I don't care. It was a skit that I made just for fun, and it's not even public anyways. But yeah, there's a Johnson Johnson episode where he touches the landmine and then he dies, of course. And and as you can see in the album cover, it actually shows that specific episode. So that was back in April 8, 2017, which is the same time Mind Paper was made. And then a few months later, I created this character called Jake Anslanu. He's basically like a super fan of Johnson Johnson, and he's like so sad about Johnson Johnson's death that he made a song about it. So that's a song, We Miss You Johnson Johnson. You know, I had these made up characters. So yeah, these songs were just made purely for fun. They don't really have any meaning to it in my real life, you know. Oh yeah, and the reason why I got motivated to make this song become a reality is because of Smosh. So yeah, there's this video on Smosh called I Lost My Hair from 2012. During that time, September 2017, I watched this video, and there was this really really beautiful song that was just made for fun, you know, just for the skit. So that's basically what I did. This is what made the Johnson Johnson song real. And it's even more clear that it was inspired by this Smosh song because of this part. I swear. And then I put that into Johnson Johnson, which is I swear. So yeah, it was really inspired by that song. Now, next song we have here is My Fault. Now, this is literally the only song that I made here in this album that actually has meaning into my life. So the lyrics and everything, those weren't made up. That one actually had to do with what I was experiencing. And then basically I had a class, you know, and the classmates I had in that class were one of the best ones I had in my entire life. And then one day I turned them down for apparently no reason. And then that was my biggest regret in my life. So, you know, I was quite depressed, so I made this song called My Fault, and it tells you exactly what I felt about it. And as you can see in the album video, in the background, it shows the class picture. Those were the classmates that I was mourning about. Anyways, next song we have is White Shirt Reacts theme song. So to give some context, I was basically doing like reaction videos to my old personal videos that are not public. And this is actually connected to my fault. So remember the story I told about my classmates and how I missed them? I was basically reacting to those old videos where I was with those group of classmates, you know? Now these reaction videos that I made are private. I just made those videos just to like, you know, try to get over the feeling of depression. But yeah, the main thing that people might ask, why is it called White Shirt Reacts but I'm wearing blue? Now the first episode of White Shirt Reacts, I was actually wearing white for some reason, and you know I don't wear white. I wear only blue. So yeah, I was called White Shirt Reacts and not Blue Shirt Reacts. Now why didn't I just change the name to Blue Shirt Reacts if most of the time I'm just wearing blue anyways? Well, because I don't know. White Shirt Reacts just sounds a bit more catchy than Blue Shirt Reacts, so I went with White Shirt Reacts despite wearing blue. And you can see a lot of these skits I made were just for fun, and these skits were part of the GroovyDominoes52 universe. Now more about that in a future video, cause it's quite a deep rabbit hole, I'm not gonna lie. And the GroovyDominoes52 universe is actually the groovy arg that I've been putting in the NPC videos. But yeah, since I said GroovyDominoes52 universe and NPC at the same time, let me just clarify that NPC universe is completely different from the GroovyDominoes universe. They are 100% not connected to each other. So no, Carl the NPC does not exist in the GroovyDominoes universe. And there's nothing in that universe that is related to him. So just to clarify that, because I know a lot of people will say, where's Carl in the GroovyDominoes? Nah bro, there's no Carl the NPC. But keep in mind, all of this was unlisted. Well, I guess now like a few of them are available to public now because of the groovy arg that I put into the NPC videos. But yeah, the GroovyDominoes52 universe skits are just videos that I make for myself to, you know, cope with some hard times I had. But yeah, that's basically it. That's all of the songs in the 2017 Renaissance. Now be sure to check out the full album in Spotify. It's in the link in the description. And if you made it all the way through, then thank you for listening. I've always wanted to tell these stories. And if anyone out there cares, like, I appreciate it a lot. But yeah, that's the 2017 Renaissance album explained. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
It's all my fault that you guys ain't here anymore. It's all my fault. I swear it was not the best of me. It's all my fault. I swear I know I've just changed for you. I miss you guys.